What's up, everybody? My name's Sean, and welcome to the How to Hero YouTube channel, where it's my job to awaken the hero within you. There is a hero within all of us. Today, I wanted to talk about my new favorite. It's not that new for me, but it's my favorite way for practicing gratitude and cultivating a default mode of operation that is just operating in this sense of gratitude. Because there's so much for us to be grateful for at all times. And a lot of times it's really just about seeing what we can be grateful for and then putting out that energy. So if you're familiar with law of attraction, the universe communicates in energy, right? It's actually it's a love energy is what it is, but it communicates in energy. And so the law of attraction is essentially, we put out this energy into the world with our intent and our manifestation, and we draw experience into our reality through this manifestation. And the law of attraction, and a lot of the people that talk about law of attraction, they talk about kind of managing your thoughts, not managing them so much, but putting out very particular intent into the universe so that things happen in a way that is conducive to what you're trying to accomplish with your life or with relationships or whatever it is, your job, etc. And so for cultivating gratitude, you can actually manifest more things to be grateful for. You can manifest gratitude as essentially an experience that you have. And you can change your default way of perceiving things by continuously checking back in and being grateful for whatever the experience is. And so it's very simple. It's very, very simple, the practice itself. So I'll just get right into the practice. That way you don't have to watch any more of the video, and then I'll explain some of it a little bit more. But the practice is very simple. Essentially, as you experience things, right? You'll experience weather, you'll experience music, you'll experience people, you'll experience some sensations and feelings, you'll experience all these different things. And as you do, you essentially will go ahead and bring that into your awareness and your experience, and then you move that and move yourself into a space of gratitude. Once you do that consistently over and over and over and over again, you begin to just send out constant love energy, just constant to all these different people, not to different people, sorry, to the universe. I got distracted there. Somebody was looking at me filming and laughing at me. So that's something new. I don't usually film outside, or in public. So that's a new thing for me. I guess it's funny to people when they see people with cameras or so, I don't know, but as long as I can make someone laugh, right? I'm grateful. That's my favorite, making people laugh. And so that's the strategy, though, is to be grateful for what you see, what you experience. And the way that you do that is by saying, that rain there, that's raining, and it's feeding, the earth, it's feeding the trees and the plants and everything like that. It's allowing for habitats to exist. And it's my favorite. That rain is my favorite. And so it can be that simple, that quick little, this rain is my favorite rain. If you say it out loud, put your hand over your heart, feel the gratitude, say it out loud, is going to be more effective. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just, say it in your head. You just say to yourself, this rain's my favorite rain. That rock is my favorite rock. Look how beautiful it is. That tree offers shade to my backyard, and it's my favorite tree. And now each time you do that, you're basically saying to the universe, thank you so much for my abundance. You're saying, I am not in a lack mentality. I am in a abundance mentality, and I am calling more abundance. And it does it. The more you do it, the more of a default mode it is. And essentially, even in negative things, you're going to start to really notice that you have these positive things happen to you. And so when the positive things in the negative things, you're going to notice the silver lining more. You'll start to notice that you're feeling gratitude about all these different things. And so that's the practice. When you see a dog, that's my favorite dog. And it's not even important if you like dogs, right? It's more about the energetic, what you're sending out. You're broadcasting to the universe, I'm so grateful for all these things, all these experiences, and I'm not in a state of lack. And so by doing that, you really cultivate more gratitude, you cultivate more good experiences to come your way, and you give the universe like ammunition to then like offer you these different things, and manifest more situations like those situations, right? More reasons to be grateful. And there are an infinite number. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about the way that we talk about, or the way that we do like mindfulness practice. When we're doing mindfulness practice, essentially we're going to focus in on our senses, right? We're going to think about like, this is how I do my mindfulness practice. Whenever I think of it, I notice it. I think, am I being mindful right now? And what I try to do is bring myself into the present moment. And I do that through engaging in one of my senses, right? Really looking at a piece of, like, if I'm looking at something I find to be beautiful, really examining it thoroughly enough where it's like occupying my entire attention span, right? Like I'm putting all of my awareness into that one object. If it's something that's like soft, like a pillow cushion or something, I'll feel how soft it is, purposefully just putting all of my awareness into that. And then I'll think, this is my favorite pillow. It's my favorite. It's so soft. And you just you keep doing that. Just keep on doing that. And then as you kind of cultivate this mindfulness too, it starts to become a habitual thing where you have this cycle of mindfulness, gratitude, mindfulness, gratitude, mindfulness, gratitude. And then it starts to just become your default. And when mindfulness and gratitude is your default, let me tell you, life begins to change. Life really begins to be a beautiful thing, a beautiful unfolding of just experience that you're a witness to. And it really takes you almost out of that neutrality view of the world, neutral, or trying to push a positive view onto the world. And it kind of applies, I like to think of it as witnessing divinity within these other objects. So in other objects, everything's vibrations, right? Everything is light and vibration. All these things that appear to be solid in our lives are not actually solid. And science is just starting to realize this now. The ancient civilizations have known this for a long time, but science is starting to say, actually, yeah, like the smaller we go, the more we realize that nothing's actually solid. Like it's mostly space. And that's how the universe, how our reality is. It's all just vibration. It's all love energy. It's all the infinite one creator. And even like, a rock on the ground or a tree or whatever, it is all the infinite one creator. And by witnessing the beauty and being grateful for these things, and just paying attention to how special all of these unique things are, you're witnessing your own divinity through these objects and through these people or inanimate objects or trees, whatever they are. You're witnessing your divinity, which will kind of further put into your being that I am an infinite co-creator of the universe, because that's what we are. That's why our manifestations work. In this density of consciousness, we manifest, we send vibrations out into the universe to say, give me these experiences, and then we have the experiences. That's because we create these experiences. We are the co-creators of our experience. The problem that we tend to run into is that a lot of it we do subconsciously, and then a lot of it we do consciously. And because what we focus on with our attention and our awareness, that's what becomes reality. The more focus we put into anything, the more we're saying to the universe, give me more of that. So for example, if you're, just to play devil's advocate here, not devil's advocate, but just to go the other way with things so you can kind of get what I'm saying. If you're focusing on, like, I don't know, let's say you have a road rage type of issue, right? Like when you're driving around, like people annoy you, right? Like, I've personally never really had road rage, but I've been with people that do have it. I've seen it. And so I kind of can tell, like, it's really, like, it's a problem for them. I would say it's like, it's torture. It's torture to witness, for me to witness it. I'm like, why are you so upset about all these, like this guy who did something, you think he's attacking you. He can't even hear you. You're freaking out. Like it's, but that's neither here nor there. But when you're putting out that negative energy, right? You're this guy's blah, blah, he's so stupid, right? Why would he do? He cut me off. Ah! Like the universe is going, ooh, that experience. There was emotion to that experience. There was feeling. It was potent. Let's give him more of that because he must love that shit. And it's not about the universe doesn't understand that you're focusing on it because it's pissing you off, right? Necessarily. It doesn't get that. What it gets is you're focusing on it so clearly you want more of it, right? Clearly, because otherwise you wouldn't focus on it. What we focus on turns into reality, and the universe knows that. So the universe is here to give us the reality that we want. And there's been so much control agenda and so much things that have come into our society and our culture and as a species that have really messed up that whole concept. And so we're conditioned to think that we have no power over our reality. We're conditioned to think that we don't manifest it. We're conditioned to think that we just have to kind of, see what happens and then flow with it, right? And that's not the case. That is not the case. Now, definitely flow, because you want to flow because resistance is a thing that makes your whole life harder, right? You want to flow with events because when you resist, that's when you're going to have suffering. That's a separate topic. That's probably a whole video in itself. But if you're focusing on negativity, you're going to get more of it. So you really want to cultivate gratitude. It's one of the most profound things that you can do to make such a really big shift in like the way that you perceive the world and the way that you have experience, right? Just by being grateful, just by being, mindful of your experience and mindful of the things you're seeing and mindful of the fact that God is within all of these things. And if you don't want to use the word God, I know the word God is it's a touchy word for a lot of people. I like to say God now because I've gotten over that touchiness. I used to have it as well. I didn't like that term because I just felt like it was, I think it's misrepresented in our culture typically right now. So, but I think that's going to change. So, but you could call it the universe, source energy, love energy. You could even just call it energy. And that's what everything is in the universe. And although I believe that it is an intelligent energy, which is an important distinction. It's not just a randomized energy of stuff happening. It is an intelligent energy that is expressing itself in unique different ways in all these different experiences. And there is an intelligence and planning happening there. That's my belief. And I believe that that's why these manifestations work this way. There's a lot of different books that you can read on this, on law of attraction. Esther Hicks channels Abraham, and she makes a whole bunch of different content about law of attraction. There's also Neville Goddard, I believe is his name. I'll check and I'll put some links to some of their work. Disclosure, there'll be affiliate links if they're Amazon. But I'll have a look. And Neville Goddard talks all about imagination. And this was before law of attraction was like a big thing. But he talks about how everything is imagination and how you imagine, you can imagine yourself into manifesting these situations and the different things that you want in your life, right? So when you're dealing with all that, or when you're thinking of all the different things that you want to do and accomplish and be and whatever, you're sending out these little messages to the universe. So I'll link some different resources that I found helpful for, that type of thing. If you have any questions about this process and this practice of gratitude, let me know in the comments. Oh, I forgot. One final thing I really do want to share. Is when you're drinking water. This one's really, really strong because water the cellular makeup of the water is influenced by the energy of the people around it, and the way that they're talking, and that type of thing. So literally, if you have a bottle of water and you start like yelling at it and calling it names and stuff and being very negative to it, it actually changes the makeup of the cellular makeup of the water, and it makes it like kind of gross. Like it looks kind of dirty under a microscope. And there's a researcher, I'll find his name and link it in the description. But there's a researcher that did various research on this. And so some of the water, they would be like, oh, I love you, water. You're so beautiful. Ooh. Right. And the water would look pretty. It would look beautiful under the microscope. And then he would like call other water fat and, you know, whatever, you're disgusting water, like that, right? But in a more serious way, and literally just using voice and other type communication methods to put out that information, or that put out those energy into the universe, and then have a look at it, and they see this nasty water, like at a cellular level, like inside. So it's really interesting. So definitely, when you're having water, bless the water. Think this water is refreshing me. It's nourishing me. It's my favorite water, and it's filling me with love and with nutritional value, and it's fueling my body, and I love it so much. And when you do that, you're literally, you know, you're empowering that water with like energy. Then you're going to consume it, and because your whole body's water, that energy, that positive energy, is going to move into your body. And this may sound a little woo-woo, and it is to some degree. It's a little woo-woo, I'll admit. Science hasn't gotten there yet. Now, I think science will get there. It's just a matter of time. And I've been doing this practice for a little while, and you can do it with all food that you eat. You can do it with because, you know, the food has water in it too. All the, you know, your drinks, your juices and whatever, they have water in it too. So you do it with that as well. When it rains, you thank the rain. And if it's raining on you, like, and you're thanking the rain, like you're influencing the energy that's coming into your body, your skin, and your garden. And, you know, like you are making a change. You're impacting your environment. I promise. Believe me, just believe me. I promise. Just try it. And you'll see if you really try it and really change your default mode to be grateful, I promise you're going to really see a change. Unless you are already grateful. If you're already super grateful, then, you know, you're not going to see too much of a difference. But if you're usually pretty negative and you're able to switch that, you're going to find stuff just changes in your life. Like, you're going to find experiences come to you that you're just like, this is pretty awesome. Or you're going to find like new friends that are interested in something, or like some project you wanted to work on. Like, it's going to fall into your lap, that type of thing. You might just find suddenly you like win some of the lottery, or you like get some money that you didn't expect to get. Things like that will happen, because you're putting out all that abundant energy. Like, I'm abundant, I'm infinite. And I love everything that I'm experiencing. So that's the strategy. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you do it. Let me know if you know where I maybe got that from too. Please let me know in the comments, because I don't know where I got that strategy from. I don't think I made it up, but I would love to be able to just like source it to someone, because I don't like the idea that I took it. I want to say maybe Aaron Doughty is the one who taught me about this particular practice. But it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it was him. So, but anyways, if you Aaron Doughty does talk a lot about law of attraction. So I'll link his channel below too, actually, because he's if you watch his videos every day, they get repetitive because he talks about the same things, but he does it really well. And a lot of times with these types of things, it's about reminding yourself of your practice, right? And following it that way. So he's really good at keeping you engaged and he does videos every day, and he reminds you of the way you got to be. And so I find his content to be really helpful. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've manifested something cool as well. I want to hear some stories, like, because these manifestation stories are like some of my favorite things to hear, like, because some of them are super surreal. Like some manifestation stories I've heard have just been like amazing to like witness. So thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it very much. I hope you like the video. If you do, consider clicking the like button, consider subscribing, and you can even click the bell if you want to be notified when I release content. And I think you should do that. I'm just going to say, I'm really grateful for you to watch this video. I'm actually immensely grateful that you've decided to subscribe as well as click the notification icon. I'm so thankful that you're doing that. So yeah, I appreciate you very much. I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.